Hey guys, it's me Honest Review here, and today I'm gonna review the D-Arts Zero from Megaman X. So, if you are around my age, you would most likely played Mega Man 4 or 5. Wait, no, Mega Man X 4, 5, 6, and 8, I guess. And you most likely gonna know who this character is. He is kind of like a partner of he's a partner of our main character Megaman X, and you can also play him in the game. So this one is a type 2 version, and I'm just gonna do a review on this because the D-Arts figure actually they are really old. If I remember clearly, they are released around 2012, 2011, and the D-Arts line died because the Ultra Act, the SC Figuarts, and the D-Arts, they are basically kind of the same thing, so they just combine all of the line into one line that's called SC Figuarts, and they are still making um, they're still making figures till this day, so that's cool. So this figure is what we get from 8 years ago, and you can see this is basically just to show you guys how the figure hold up. So yeah, overall he is pretty great, but before we start, I'm just gonna do, and I think this guy is really pricey now, I don't really sure, but I have a size comparison over here. Let me get the Ultra Act. Ultraman Mebius. Yeah, but I still have this figure. He's still one of my favorites. And here we go. Here we have the D-Arts Megaman X bootleg. This one is a bootleg. This one is a real thing, and you can see they are really close to each other. You can see. And I can see that this guy lose it down over time, and it's kind of bad. His hands is still very tight, but the only loose joints are mostly from his feet. They're really loose, and a lot of people tell me and warn me that this part of the legs is really easy to break. So if you guys have intention of buying these figure, you have to make sure that this part is not broken. This part is really important, and you can't really fix that. You can't really fix it. I tried putting some my joint fixer Kiki over there, but I did not wait for it to dry because I thought, nah, just leave it loose, and then when it dries, so it'll be cool. And this is the last. Right now, it is the last Mega Man related figure made by Bandai or made by SA Figuarts. This guy is supposed to be a D-Arts figure, but then he turns into SA Figuarts. This is the SA Figuarts Mega Man Zero. I think I reviewed him already, and this figure is supposed to be Walnut Mega Man, because Bandai did I think I heard Bandai make a vote for that, and Walnut Mega Man wins, but then we got this instead. So this guy's kinda look like Walnut Mega Man. You can buy this and custom this into a Walnut Mega Man, but this guy is kind of pricey. This one is 2. This one is the bootleg, so it's not pricey. But I'm pretty sure from the 3 of them, with this a real thing, this one is the cheapest from the bunch. So yeah, and as you can see that if I remember clearly, this is Zero 1000 years later, and I really like the design on the hair of this figure more, because on this zero hair, it can only move up and down that far, and the hair kind of woggle a little bit. I wish it is a ball joint so you can swivel and pose it like it's flying in the wind or something. I kind of hate it when it's stuck like this, so it's kind of suck. So yeah, this figure I don't have a box because I bought them secondhand, and he didn't have a box with him. As you can see that from, because this is a white pearlish paint, from time to time when you get this figure gets older, it will turns into a yellowish. I have no idea what words to say, but it is supposed to be white, and it's now turning into kind of like a yellowish white. So yeah, and I don't know how Bandai did it, but they're pearl, they're gems, they are clear plastic, and they are always look great. They always look great, nice. Even on his chest with some silver paint and make it reflective. Even on the head. Even on the bottom, the legs. The gem is still great. And on the side of the leg. It's still a great figure. And beside the feet, everything on his body, on his hand like this, it's still really tight. Look, you can hear the joints making sounds with that. And mostly this, I have no idea how Bandai did it, but other old figures are always really tight. Like this one is not really tight. SH Figuarts is not very tight. Old SH Figuarts not very tight, but D Arts old D Art joints, sometimes they are really tight, and they might break because they are tight, and that's kind of weird. But only the ball joint of that gets loose, so that's kind of weird. Like this one, oh, this one does get loosened up, so I'm just gonna put him away. But like for instance, this D Art with this Ultra X figure, yeah, it doesn't get loose at all. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Zero. He have a lot of accessory, which is really nice. Bandai has always been generous with the accessory, but right now they don't get more of that. They are more about the quality, but even the quality is worst. I have no idea why, but okay. First thing first, he have 3 Z Saber. This is his, this is the first one, which has a pointing tip. You can take this off, and you can also take this part off. So you would put it into his two of his sword wielding hand, but they are really tight. So you have to put warm water and then make the hand soften a little bit and then put it in. So yeah, that's cool. He have another sword, which I think is different from the other. I think it's different from games to games, like in maybe X6 or X4. I don't know. This one still can take the blade off, the part off, and he also have a slashing effect saber, so it looks really nice and heavy. And the bars on the handle is longer, so it can hold this better. And because of this figure is really old, when you hold him like this one will get a little bit heavy and weight down the joints, and it might loose down. So yeah. He also have 2 open hands, as you can see. He have 2 fisted hand. Really nice. He have 2 sword wielding hands. And you can see that the gold paint kind of snuck on the finger and hands because it is white. So yeah. He also have this piece, which you can take off that part like so. You have to take this off and then put this in. So the use of that is to when you have other figures like the Megaman X figure, you can use the effects that came with him, and then plug it in like so it would hold. But this kind of weight the figure down and it might damage the joint, so you guys should be careful with it. Make sure to put a stand on it or whatever. But you shouldn't pose. You can pose with it, but don't display it with this. It will weight the joints down and broke the joints. You also have another arm piece, which you can take the buster out and then put his hand in, and then his is a ball joint, a double ball joint, so it's really tight. So yeah, so you can pose him without the buster. So that's really nice. And he also comes with different faces. First we have his angry screaming face. This one is when he like slashing or shooting. This one he has a less angry face but looking at the side, and he has a neutral face. And to take it off, you have to see this line. You put your hand over the finger, push it this way, push it, and then take it out. And then take the face plate, put this into this. You can see the holes. Put that in, and then put. Oof! God damn! Oh my God! Why is it stuck? God damn it! I'm having problems with it right now because just gonna because I'm looking through the camera. And then there we go. Yeah. There we go. Looking really nice so far. And you can see that the pearlish white over there is turning yellow. Man, this corner just looks like he's really angry and looks weird. Other side is normal. And so yeah, let's talk about the articulation. First, his head cannot move up so much. He cannot move up. You have to pull this down and then hold the body and then pull it up. And then you can only do that because the hair hindered the articulation. You can only look that up, and it looks really weird. Look down really well, but the hair's kind of weighting down. A little bit of tilt, but it depends on your hair angle. So yeah, you have a double ball joint over there, I guess. Oh wait, no, a pivot and a ball joint. You can swivel here. But because of the hair, you can only do a little bit, not too much. The shoulder has a ball joint over here. It's really tight and feels nice. And you can hinge here. You can swivel at the bicep. You have a double bend at the elbows. And this one is really easy to break, you can see. So you guys should be careful with that. He has a ball joint here, I know, because I took this figure off. He has another ball joint at the lower torso. And this one is kind of like a hinge joint over here. You move up and down. And then there's a bar connected to the thigh that has a ball joint, so it can swivel and move a little bit up and down and side to side. And that's how he do the split. You can only do it that far, which is kind of limit the articulation. You can't really pose much with his leg. He has a double bend at the knee. And you can move this up so it hides the joints, so it's nice. There's a hinge and a ball joint here. There's a ball joint here at the lower foot. There's upper ball joint there. It moves up and down, so it can move really freely. So you won't be scared of the foot being really limited, but it's not. It looks limited, but it's actually not. So it's cool. You can do every single pose. You can pivot, so that's nice. overall this figure is still great, but if you guys are wanting to buy this figure, I wouldn't recommend buying a second. I would recommend buying a second-hand figure. You don't have to buy this new, because when you have this new, you would want the white color on his body would be pearly white, but it won't be. Over time, it will turn to that. So you can see the two different colors. It will turn to yellow. So there's no point of buying new figures of him, because he's already really pricey. You should only buy secondhand, because sooner or later it will turn into yellow like this, and it will get loose. So you won't. So yeah. And that's all for the video. I'm sorry for talking too long. This video is already 15 minutes. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.